items not on the agenda.
Are you speaking?
I think you were looking. Excuse me.
Interesting that a school board would want to do a school board a school district would think that it was wise to do a Pledge of Allegiance, because it's effectively a loyalty oath. And the school district likes to claim that we're teaching our students to think critically, but a loyalty oath, of course, is the antithesis of thinking critically. It's a loyalty oath. It says that you have allegiance to the nation no matter what. That's what it is. It's no critical thinking. You just will have loyalty. And I don't think you should do that. I don't think we should be teaching our children to dispense with their critical thinking skills. Anyway, that's not why I'm here tonight. I'm here for two reasons. One is I wanted to quote school board member Josh Simon, who several years ago told me something, and I wanted to see if you want to stand by your quote. Then candidate John Fricke, candidate for city council, was having, it was the election season, and he sought the endorsement of the school board members. Mr. Simon was on the school board at the time, and Mr. Fricke sought Mr. Simon's endorsement, and Josh refused to give his endorsement. So Mr. Fricke told me that, and since I was working on Mr. Fricke's campaign, I told him that I will seek out Mr. Simon and ask him myself personally, why won't you do it? So I called Josh up. I said, will you endorse Mr. Fricke? I've heard you don't want to do it. And Mr. Simon told me, no, he will not endorse John Fricke for Emeryville City Council under no circumstances. And the reason is because he has 2 children, and they're not enrolled in the Emeryville public schools. And that was, Mr. Simon told me that was a deal breaker, and he could not endorse somebody running for public office that has kids, school-age children, not in the schools. So I want to ask you, Josh, now, do you stand by that quote?
I have no recollection of that conversation.
No recollection of the quote. Okay. That's an interesting answer. Okay. He doesn't remember. I do remember, and so does Mr. Fricke. Now I'd like to address school board member Miguel Dwin. You weren't at the last school board member when my daughter asked questions, or a question of the school board, so here's your chance to answer my daughter. She's back there right now, but she doesn't want to speak right now, so I'm speaking in her stead. She asked the school board members, why won't you support the teachers at Annie Yates and at the secondary school, in her case, Annie Yates, because that's where she goes to school. And so we asked each school board member, and 3 chose not to answer my daughter, and 1 said that he does support the teachers. Thank you. So I just wanted, my daughter wants to know, I'm speaking for 2 people here. So why don't you support the teachers? And by that, what my daughter means is, why don't you do anything about the teacher resolution that was passed about 15 months ago? Why haven't you done anything about the teachers' resolution? Why won't you support the teachers? That's what my daughter wants to know. And she's so shy she ran out of the room. But last time she asked that. So,
Mr. Donahue, I support all the teachers with the Emory Unified School District. At this point in time, your time is up, and that's it.
no, but I'm speaking for 2 people. That's 6 minutes. So the question is, you can drop the gavel if you want and disallow my daughter from speaking if you want. That's your choice. But she wants to know, why didn't you?
Your daughter has not evinced an intent to speak, and you've admitted that. So you're speaking for yourself,
I want to speak. She asked me to speak for her, so I'm speaking for her.
I don't see her here.
Okay, she's right outside the hall there, and so if you want to do that, you're free to do it. But it's pretty ugly.
Your time is up.
It's pretty ugly if you're not going to let a student. If you're not going, so Mr. Dwin. Okay, hold on. Fallon, would you like to speak? Would you like me to speak for you? The answer is yes. So, Mr. Dwin, why won't you do anything about the teacher's resolution? That's what my daughter wants to know.
I've answered your question, Mr. Donahue.
No, you said you support the teachers, but she wants to know why not the teacher's resolution? Why haven't you done anything about that in 15 months?
Okay, we've heard his answer. Do you have anything else to say, Mr. Donahue?
He answered the previous question. He said he supports the teachers, but now I want to know why not, why have you done nothing about the teacher's resolution?
Can I,
Yes,
just a point of
Mr.
procedure?
Yes.
The purpose of public comment is to make comment on items that are not on the agenda. It is not for discussion of items that are not agendized. So I think this whole back and forth is not appropriate. I do think, a brief answer to a simple question is fine, but once it becomes a discussion, which is what Mr. Donahue was attempting to do, it's inappropriate.
It's not a discussion. I'm just trying to get
I would
a
agree.
short answer
Do you
from
have
Mr.
any
DeWin.
concluding comment?
Yes,
Mr.
I do have a
Donahue?
concluding comment. So I
Okay,
guess,
well, can
Mr.
you
DeWin, I'll
make
tell
a-
my daughter, Fallon, if you can hear me out there, Mr. DeWin doesn't want to answer your question. Okay, I'll tell her that she's not worthy of an answer. Now I wanted to say one other thing. I understand that you guys don't like me because I criticize your job performance, and that makes you uncomfortable. I understand that. I think what you feel is you have your reputations invested in this school district. I'm talking to the school board members now. You have your reputations invested, and I'm damaging your reputations, and that's probably a bridge too far for you guys. I'm damaging your reputations, and the problem is you have a lot invested in this school district. You have your reputations. Now, I'm not speaking to Mr. Affelt now. I'm speaking to the other school board members. You have your reputations invested in this district, and I'm damaging it. But I just wanted to remind you, I also have something invested in the school district, and it's worth, actually, in my opinion, more than your reputations. So the wall of silence from you guys is pretty appalling. Thank you. I'm going to tell my daughter that you chose not to answer. Thanks.
Do we have any other public comment?